Yeah.
You hear that?
I do.
Yo! It's a helicopter! Chopper! Yo!
Can you say in Kalmar voice, my army of hydro whippers?
My army of hydro whippers!
Any behind the scenes moments on Seabound you could share that you remember? Specific moment.
You know, there really is, because it was like, it was life imitating art in a lot of ways. We had just done some stuff, and I had been very Kalmar-y and being a bad dude. And Cole, who played Benthamar,
Yep.
was right across from me, and he just lovingly said something like, Giles, it's just so much fun to watch you work. And I'm like, that's so Benthamar. It was like, he was so like lovingly, but that's also Cole. Like, he's like, his heart's on his sleeve. I don't know, my heart, like,
Your heart was full.
my heart was full for a second. I had to be like, I have to Grinch back up to go back to Kalmar.
Nice one, Cole.
Adoptive brother, stop it.
You got him right here, Cole. You got him right here. If you could pick any other Ninjago villain that you've seen to voice, who would it be?
Maybe one of the ones who lived.
You have a home studio, and
Yeah.
And do you have any gear tips to any voice actor?
Oh, I do have a home studio, which Brent was actually just helping me fine tune right before this. Thank you. Do your best to get a nice, like, a dead space that's still alive. You don't necessarily need to have your $1,500 mic to get really good sound. If you do your research, you don't necessarily have to have a booth if you've got a closet with a lot of clothes and towels. It just, the sound needs to not be echoey and not be tinny and not have bleed from outside. And there's a lot of good YouTube videos that are probably better than I can explain it.
And you have to be a good voice actor.
That's probably number one. Build the skill set. Side note, that means learning how to do, how to create your own characters.
This is a real question. I'm not making this up.
Okay.
What's your favorite part about Zane and working with the lovely Brent Miller? It really was a question.
So lovely, so lovely.
I should have put that question first.
It's interesting to see, like, within the scope of him being a cybernetic android type character, the humanity that you can find. I do love the film noir episode that you got, that you won the award for.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was very, very cool, and actually fixed the character perfectly because those tones are already kind of in there.
Yeah. You didn't answer the part about lovely.
Oh, well, he smells amazing. You wouldn't know, but it's like, I don't know, it's like if they bottled Nick Offerman and like rubbed it on a voice booth.
How do you choose your roles and how do you prepare for them?
In general, my roles come through my agent, so they're auditions.
How do you feel about betraying your brother?
Delightful. Oh, it's delightful.
Kalmar had drowned Ninjago. What would he have done next?
We're getting a sound.
That's the guy's cell phone.
That was really loud.
Yeah, real loud cell
That
phone.
was really loud.
What would you have done after you drowned Ninjago?
Do it one more time?
So Kalmar drowns Ninjago.
Well,
What would you have done after?
Kalmar can't drown. Kalmar...
Like you'd sink it.
Oh!
Ninjago goes underwater.
Oh, I understand. You mean Kalmar sinks the city?
He drowns it.
That's just one city. There's an entire world of surface dwellers. On to the next! On to the next!
You've actually done a movie with your wife, Jocelyn.
I have, yeah.
How cool was that?
It was really cool. But
How did that even happen?
It was very cool in a lot of ways. Okay, well, so that I had been working for a while at becoming like the main guy in those movies. I'd done a lot of like the wrong boyfriend type roles where it was like, it's me or Christmas. Like, so I've been
It's me or Christmas.
When COVID hit, they were needing movies. They had to dramatically change how they did things, and so they were needing lead couples that were already quarantined together.
Right.
So they had known me for a while. They liked my work. It just wasn't. It was the right place, right time. So that was amazing because then it broke me into that category. And since then, I've done I've done four romantic leads now. And a bunch of other opportunities have come from that. So that was amazing on that level. And then working with my wife, Jocelyn, that was just so much fun.
You don't have to pretend when you're kissing. What would you say to your younger self?
You have ADHD.
Which you do.
Yes. Yes.
But you didn't know it.
I didn't know it.
Right. Okay.
It caused a lot of trouble. not knowing.
Yeah.
Not knowing. Well, it's interesting though, because to be fair, if I had told myself too young, then there wasn't very good support systems back then. It might have made it worse. Like now is maybe one of the best times if you have it for support. So I mean, yeah, I probably would have said, hey, look, it's not you. You've got a different brain. Like there's other stuff going on, and then I wouldn't have felt so broken for so many years.
Oh man, don't you make me cry now.
I know. Well, it's tough, and you get into the arts, and then it's a very subjective, tough to measure industry, and like you bring that brokenness to camera.
Okay, now you're really gonna make me cry. What's wrong with you, man? It's supposed to be fun. Tips on doing your British accent for Kalmar.
Practice.
Okay.
Any accent is practice. You can't just pick it up and do it. It's just like you're not. If you want to learn how to fly a plane, no one's throwing you in a cockpit and being like, "Okay, you got 300 real people. Like, let's land it." Like, no.
And I'm sorry, most of my questions are. Their questions are about Kalmar. Most of my channel likes Ninjago
that's
stuff.
okay.
So
Look,
sorry.
like I said, Kalmar was one of the most impactful roles for me with respect to the fan response. I'm happy, very happy to respond.
I know you have a really long career of other things, but yeah, they like this a lot.
Ninjago, that's the next one. But Ninjago, it's all good.
How did it feel playing a character that hated your own species and wanted to wipe your race with floods?
Delightful. Yeah.
If you could be in the Ninjago universe as Giles, like you're a minifigure, like
Yeah.
you're walking around, what would you do there?
Oh, that's really funny. I'd be a really fun computer programmer who just on the weekend watches the town almost get destroyed. I'm like, wow, glad I wasn't involved in that. Thanks, Ninja.
A favorite potato chip?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Potato chips are like, they're kind of like the unicorn of potato chips. Because you can only get them in Hawaii or some shops in the States. And like, I saw them at Costco once. It's this Hawaiian onion flavor.
Okay.
Which is like, it's a kettle fried chip firstly, so it's got that crunch.
Oh, I like those.
And the Hawaiian sweet onion flavor, it's almost like if it was sour cream and onion, but with like sweet Hawaiian tang and other stuff. It's just, it's so good. And I can't get them here, so I cry myself to sleep every night wanting them.
Someone sent me some haggis potato chips at one time.
How'd that go?
Like your face reacted. What was your dream job when you were little?
3 life goals. Go into space, save the world, buy a Dodge Viper. I did 2 of those in Voltron Force. It felt very fulfilling for me.
This is a question for both of us.
Yeah.
Is there anything you wish you could have done better or saw a potential in, but it never got elaborated on? Like a backstory, personality trait, an event for like a character you played.
Any character I've played?
Yeah.
Yeah, season 5 of Nexonites.
Yeah, so you want to see the end.
I want to see I want to do that. I would really love to. I mean, it's not going to happen. It's not happening.
Right.
But I would love to wrap that up. That'd be amazing.
For me, Ninjago Rebooted was a short season, and so Zane really hasn't had a Zane only long season, and I think that I would have liked to see Rebooted longer, or a focus back on Zane. Nexonites, you played Clay, Burnsy, Beastmaster.
Yep.
What was your favorite one to play?
Clay, but Beastmaster was a lot of fun.
What did Beastmaster sound like?
I am the Beastmaster!
And what did Burnsy sound like?
Burnsy.
This is an actual question. How does Ninjago find the good-looking BAs every single time? I'm looking at you also, Brent. I even got a shout out on that.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't know. You're making me blush here.
Does Kalmar regret killing his father?
No. Regrets doing it not soon enough. I mean, could have probably beat the stupid ninja if I'd done it earlier.
Do you have a favorite line from any show you've ever voiced?
I did this character on Gintama, and my introduction is me like beheading somebody, and I make a dumb joke about like just a head or something like that.
I played a character on that show where I was like a sensei dude teaching guys like ninja type skills.
Yeah.
And I fart into one of their mouths, and then he farts into the next guy's mouth underwater so we can breathe underwater. Like the weirdest scene I've ever voiced in my life.
Gintama, the stuff that I saw.
Favorite part about acting in Ninjago?
Just the bigger than life, just wildness of Kalmar, and just the freedom that they gave me to play, and then also getting all these cool things.
What was it like being absolutely bombarded by fans on Twitter after Ninjago co-creator Tommy
Loved
Andreasen announced your role as Kalmar?
Loved it. Loved it. I responded to every single tweet. Tommy even made a joke about that. He's like, "Oh, good thing we had you contractually obligated to respond to every." Well, no, I wasn't contractually obligated. I loved it. I loved it.
Do you like eating calamari or seafood in general?
Yeah.
Are you aware of how flipping smooth and nice your voice is?
I am now.
How can fans send you fan art?
Oh, send it to my agency. You get the characters in Vancouver. So if
It's
you
the same as mine. It's in the description below.
there you go.
There you go.
Same as the way you said Brent animated fan mail or whatever you want. Yeah.
Just
same
say it's for him instead of for me. Were you awestruck to meet Brent?
I still am.
I haven't asked you yet about Tarzan, but you played Tarzan in a Tarzan and Jane cartoon.
Yeah,
That's a pretty big. That was earlier on in your career.
Yeah. For that one, I had to learn a Kenyan accent also because he was raised in Kenya.
No way.
Yeah. So they wanted an authentic Kenyan accent, and so I had to learn that, and then I had to learn what would it sound like if someone with a Kenyan accent learned a British accent. And so when Tarzan went to England, so I was very precise and specific with the character, which may not have, I don't know, the fans weren't necessarily of the age where it would leave that impression, but I just wanted the authenticity on the show,
Yeah,
and
cool.
it's what they wanted. It was a lot of fun for me, and it was a big deal. It was a big deal. I felt really, really proud of that one too.
What is the question I didn't ask you that I should have asked you?
What is the key to my immortality, and why must I now kill you for answering that question?
Any last words you would like to say to our friendly
Thank
fans?
you. Kalmar was a delight for me in studio, but you brought it to a whole new level with your response, and I responded to every single tweet that I saw. If I missed any, I'm so sorry, but it meant the world to me, and I would love it if you started interacting again. I know when we all thought when Twitter was gonna die, I did a shout out for Kalmar call-outs, and it kind of brought life again. But anytime. I will always answer a Kalmar tweet or Instagram shout out.
And to find you again, your Instagram is?
Giles Panton.
And your Twitter is?
@G_Panton.
I'll put those in the description. Hey man, thanks for being on my show.
Yeah, thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
it, buddy.
Thanks for bringing me on. I appreciate that.
Okay guys, like and subscribe. Obviously like this because
Always like,
notify
subscribe
things.
to the lovely Brent. Like and subscribe.
And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.